In this video, we're going to talk about diffusion. Diffusion is the spreading out of particles from an area where there's a high concentration of them to an area where there's a lower concentration of them. And firstly, we look at diffusion in gases. So if you spray an air freshener in a classroom, the smell will spread slowly across the room. The people closest to where you spray it will smell it first, and the people farthest from where you spray it will smell it last. This is because as the particles spread across the room, they bump into air particles and that slows them down. We can see diffusion in an experiment with bromine. So here, the bottom container is filled with bromine. The top container is filled with air. Over time, the bromine particles will diffuse up to fill the top container. This will keep happening until both jars end up with an equal concentration of bromine. You can see this as the colour has become slightly lighter as the gas has diffused. Another example is ammonia and HCl along a narrow tube. Now you've probably done this practical with your teacher. When the two gases meet, they form a white solid ammonium chloride, and in the tube this looks like a white ring forming. So what we've done is at this end of the tube we've put some cotton wool soaked in HCl, and at this end of the tube some cotton wool soaked in ammonia. The two gases diffuse along the tube until they meet. You will note that the white ring has formed closer to the HCl end. This is because NH3 is a lighter gas and therefore it diffuses faster along the tube. Diffusion in liquids. If a dark purple solid is added to a beaker of water, the purple colour will spread out and eventually all of the water will be purple. So if I start with a beaker, it's got some water in it, and I put a purple solid. Over time, that purple solid, that purple colour, will spread out and it will fill the entire beaker. Diffusion in liquids is much slower than in gases, especially if the liquid is still, because the particles are not moving enough in order for them to diffuse.